Once upon a time there was an orc, a mighty orc. Sometimes when this mighty orc got hungry, he would seek out the nearest hobgoblin and steal their food. One day, after stealing a mountain of food, all of which he ate very quickly, he was very full and very tired. The mighty orc went back to his cave and fell asleep on the ground near the entrance. Some goblins which lived nearby and knew the mighty orc's reputation decided that perhaps the mighty orc did steal more than just food. They decided to sneak into his cave and investigate. So the 8 goblins crept over the sleeping orc and into the cave. Sadly for them, all they found inside was old, stinky bones.
Bones are disgusting.
Bones are disgusting.
Bones are disgusting.
So the goblins decided to leave. They started to climb over the orc one by one. When the last and littlest goblin climbed over the orc, the mighty orc woke and caught the little goblin. "What's going on here then?" said the mighty orc, as he caught the little goblin. The little goblin said,
Rat, please don't eat me. I taste terrible. I taste like celery.
The mighty orc made a sour face and said, "Blur, celery?" The little goblin said,
Rat, if you let me live, I will help you one day.
The mighty orc thought about this, then began to laugh. He put the goblin on his shoulder and said, "Okay, you can live here." And so the goblin lived on the orc's shoulder. The next day, the orc was feeling hungry again. So with the little goblin, he went searching for hobgoblins. When he found some, he stole all their food, and the goblin stole what he could too. Afterwards, the mighty orc feasted. The little goblin did the same. Both were happy. However, the hobgoblins were not happy. They were angry, very angry. So they decided to set a trap for the mighty orc. They baited the trap with pork buns and left the trap to do its work. The next day, the orc was hungry again, so he started to look for some food, when he spotted the pork buns. "Pork buns, orc, yums," he says, and then he storms towards the trap. Thwop! The trap sprung, and the mighty orc is caught in a mighty net. The mighty orc is stuck and cannot break out. The little goblin, however, slips through the gaps in the net. The orc looks at the goblin, and the goblin looks at the orc, and then the goblin runs away. In the distance, hobgoblins can be heard and sound ready for action. The mighty orc wriggles and he struggles. Then he stops, because he sees 8 nasty goblins. He then spots the little goblin, who is pointing and making a lot of noise and rubbing his tummy. 8 goblins charge the mighty orc, armed with sharp little knives, fierce little axes, and keen yellow teeth. Quickly, the net was cut away. The mighty orc was free! Moments later, the hobgoblins come into sight. They were expecting 1 captured orc, but instead they found 1 broken net, 1 angry free orc, and 8 energetic goblins. The mighty orc let out a mighty roar. The hobgoblins fled. The mighty orc then remembered just how hungry he was. He then chased after the hobgoblins, with the goblins following quickly behind. And since that day, orcs and goblins have worked together.
Rat, sometimes.